When learning about photographers who were inspired by pop art, we touched base on Sven Pfrommer. And Sven used a layering technique where he would use imagery of women or architecture and text and create these photo layer compositions. And this is something that we can easily do in PIXLR to create artwork and photographs that are inspired by pop art. So the very first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do a Google image search of an abstract painted background. But when you click on images and when you click on tools, you can click Creative Commons licenses, and that's going to make it so that you have only royalty-free images showing up. So you're going to pick out a abstract painted textured background that you like, right-click Save Image As. And then when you are in PIXLR Editor, you are going to open up that background. Sorry, I have a lot to scroll through. Here we go. Now, my background was horizontal, and the image that I want to use is vertical. So remember, you can go to page rotation, and flip that around. So now that I have my background, I am simply going to add image as layer. And I'm going to find an image of my own that I have taken. I can use a picture of a person, or I can do like buildings or landscape. Those are some of the things that are familiar in Pfrommer's work. So I'm going to use this picture of the tunnels at the Commons that I took. So the very first thing, once I have added that image as a layer, I need to go right up to adjustments and turn that into black and white. If you want to play around with the levels like we did in earlier lessons, you can. You can play around with your levels to make the darks darker and the brights brighter, but I kind of like the way mine looked as is. Now, when you have that photo layer selected, you're going to go into your blend modes, and you have three options, and I would like you to look at all three before you decide. You can try multiply, you can try hard light, and you can try darken. And of those three, I want you to pick the one that you like the most. I liked the way that multiply looked. Then you've got the option to go ahead and flatten your image, and you can play around with your adjustments and your brightness and contrast to get it to a way that you are comfortable with. And when you are ready, you're going to click Apply, File, and save that as a JPEG, and you've just created a digital work of art that is inspired by pop art and photography.